You want me to do the intro?
No.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast here on FanStream Sports, presented by OrionGolf.com. I am your host, the only host, and the best host of From the Rough, J. John E. Gerber, PGA professional. Over 20 years PGA professional. How was that? Was that good?
I think I might record that and just play that for every intro. That's how good that was, because here we are a number of weeks later, and it is indeed our set intro for each and every show. Welcome in, everybody. I am your co-host of From the Rough, IndyCar Tim, that guy right over there, PGA of America member, 20 years PGA of America member.
You know it.
Johnny J. E. Gerber, Esquire, live from Kansas City. I am in Dallas. Welcome, everybody. How you doing, Johnny?
Man, I am tired. We got a little makeshift here. Hope everybody can bear with us here. We are using the phones and the house and whatever we need to do. We had a long week at Muirfield Village with some extracurricular long week that I had to figure out, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on, with leaving my laptop in the media center. How am I doing? I think I left my brain there too. I think everything I left was right there. Well, it was a long week. It was a great week being on site all week, seeing a lot of family and some friends and doing some shows up there. And it was a really long week. The betting aspect was just the worst we've had all year. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. But great to be on grounds, but it wasn't great for our pocketbook. And we'll go over. You know, you say in golf, one shot makes a difference. And in our gambling aspect this week, boy, let me tell you something. You talk about one shot that not only one shot did make us lose two matchups, one shot helped us not get in the top 10 and the top 20. And that's just, it's just, man, I'm just so befuddled with it after my long drive back to Kansas City, a little 11-hour drive back to KC. Had a lot to think about, but we're going to still have a good show. Recap the great Memorial Tournament, what it was and what it was not for some people. Looking forward to it, buddy. Looking forward to it.
You know, it's interesting.
We're matching today. I like it. We're matching. I like it.
We called each other and said, hey, what are you wearing? Just like we used to do in elementary school, make sure we were wearing the same stuff. And for those of you that are diehard FanStream Sports fans, you will notice that is the second time the word befuddled has been used in my presence on a show today on FanStream Sports. As the great Orestes Destrada used the word befuddled several times today, talking about the Tampa Bay Rays and their 3-10 stretch that they're on, talking about their upcoming matchup with the Bo Sox, and then their 3-game series they lost, won just a game on Friday to the Fish, to one of his former teams, the Florida Marlins, Miami Marlins, I guess they are now. But yes, befuddled was the word he used over and over again, and now we got Johnny's also befuddled. So this is great.
And I promise you, I didn't talk to him. I mean, I don't even have his phone number, but we did. It was fun doing the show with him last Friday from the studio in Columbus, and then we were kind of all over the place. He was in Tampa, I was in Columbus. You were in our home studio, or our main studio there, our corporate center there in Dallas, and
the mothership.
That was fun. I could talk baseball. I could talk. Baseball is my first love, so I could talk baseball with that guy all day long.
Man, and he knows his stuff too, man. It's uncanny. It is uncanny. He is to baseball what you are to golf. I mean, I know you can sit here and talk golf all day long and never repeat yourself, right? And make quite strong points, and that's him with baseball. It is amazing, and not just the majors. He goes in depth with some minor league stuff and even some Japan, because he spent a lot of time in Japan. He was a Japan League MVP in his time, and man, he's all over the place with this stuff. But it's amazing. He's both of you guys are assets for this media venture we got here, and it's pretty amazing. But we are here today. It is a Monday on From the Rough, which means it's a recap Monday, and we not only have the 50th Memorial Tournament to recap, we've got Nelly Korda winning a U.S. major, coming from behind to win a U.S. major out there at Riviera in Los Angeles. I don't know why we got to play golf in Los Angeles, but that's what people do. I guess it's fine. At least it's in America. We're not going overseas to play golf.
I'm not so sure LA's America now. Slow down. I'm not so sure.
Kind of true.
That's like you saying Miami's part of America. It's not. Trust me, it's not.
Politics. And it was a marathon Sunday up at Muirfield Village where Johnny spent most of the week. A rain-soaked, weather-delayed week. Became one of the tightest races of the PGA Tour season. You had 5 players tied for the lead with just 3 holes to play. I got a text message from the great TJ Reeves, the sideline voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday broadcasts for their TV and radio network. And he's like, man, are we going to have a 5-way playoff going into this thing? And I said, I would bet 4. I didn't think the full 5 would make it. I was counting on 4.
Yeah.
But it ended up being Ryan Gerard and JT Poston who kind of pulled away from the pack in the final moments to play in the playoff. And then in extra holes, you and I were kind of texting each other, and I said, neither one of these guys is playing like they want to win this thing.
Right.
And another problem I had was watching on TV. They were both wearing the same exact uniforms. I mean, the baby blue shirts, the khaki pants, the white hat. They're both so generic looking. I couldn't, just from a TV far away, obviously close up, I knew who was who, but from far away, you're just a shot of the green with 2 of them standing on it. You can't tell which one's which, and it was infuriating. I hated that. It's like watching a hockey game with both teams wearing the same exact uniforms.
How about here's how bad my luck was going. So when there was on Saturday going in, I did a couple local radio shows in Columbus, and they had their own site there, 97.1 The Fan, that I did with our great Jeff Tito Thidoff there, and another great up and coming guy. He's been on there for a while, Eric Reeser. He was great, but we did about 30 minutes there, and they were all getting ready to tee off. The leaders hadn't teed off yet. And I look over and everybody was bunched up. I said, well, this is going to be a great leaderboard. I said, JT Poston and or Ryan Gerard's not going to win this thing. So who else we're going to pick? And lo and behold, those are the 2 guys in the damn playoff. And even when I said it, when there was a 5-way playoff, these guys ain't getting in the playoff. That just goes to show how off I was this week. And when I say how off I was, I really wasn't that far off. But we only count. We only count dinero. We don't count how close we are in terms of getting there. But yeah, it was that's, and the reason I said that is you said it right. It's it didn't even look like that they wanted to win. They were. I mean, I don't know. It was a weird week. Anytime you get those weather delays and things like that, and I mean they had stopped a few times. It just wasn't one time that they had stopped. So. In that golf course, how difficult it was, it changed 3 or 4 different times through the week. So the main issue to win that golf tournament, you needed 2 things. You needed patience, and then you needed adaptability. If you were able to adapt your game to the conditions of the golf course, and those 2 guys seemed to do it, very well. They played 18, 12, 30. They played 33 holes on that Sunday, which, that's a long, long, long day. So, hats off to JT Poston. He wasn't on our card. He was on our card a couple weeks ago, but this time he certainly got it in.
And Gerard looks like he wanted it because in regulation on 17, he sinks the 38-foot birdie to go 1 up on everybody. Then Gerard comes right back with his little own 7-footer on the 72nd on the final hole of regulation to force the playoff. Hey, I said regulation the right way.
Nice.
Wow. I didn't see. I wasn't thinking about it. Now I'm thinking about. I'm going to say regularization again.
Regulators.
Regulators assemble. Both finished at 12 under with Poston's total coming courtesy of that final round 72. Wyndham Clark finished 1 stroke outside the playoff at 11 under. Sam Burns, Tommy Fleetwood were 2 short of the playoff. They both made bogeys on the par 4 17th. Poston, the 7th different winner in signature events this season. You want parity in golf? You've got it. Last year, you had all 8 signature events won by different guys. And this win will be Poston's biggest career win by far. It's his 4th overall, and it earns him in a spot in the U.S. Open in 2 weeks. I just thought sometimes the guy wins a tournament, you just say, yeah, this guy was destined to win. He put all of it together and just had a great week. None of these guys that were in a position to win had great weeks. And I don't know, do you attribute that to the weather more and the starting and stopping, or just the changes of the conditions of the course, or they're just weren't sharp? Like, I don't know where to place the reasoning for that.
It's just a little bit of everything, I think, right? I mean, you had to be sharp out there. This golf course was very generous off the tee, but if you got it out of the fairway, you were chipping out. You saw, especially on hole 6 out there. I got there every morning and I walked the golf course, and just part of what I do and kind of my routine.
Sounds
so when
exhausting.
I get on shows and start writing and not writing and not only writing but talking about golf throughout the week. I want to know what the golf course conditions are like. That's very important to me. And it's, when it plays firm and fast, that place, and you have the rough the way it is, it's impossible. When you saw it, you saw the teeth of it. And then when it got soft, the complexity of the place completely changed. The fairways become bigger and bigger. And, you saw that. But, man, like I said, you had to be on point, especially off the tee. I think JT Poston, if you look at those two guys, strokes gained putting, they were 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. And that's just basically what it was. And, strokes gained doesn't definitively mean you're putting for birdie, and your scrambling was really good. Yeah. So I don't think you can pinpoint it to one specific thing. I think it's a lot of different things that you have to do to win a golf tournament. I think certainly luck is a part of it. I didn't definitively see any, super great breaks that they got to propel them and JT Poston into the winner's circle. But there's some spots around the golf course that, hey, did it stay in the fairway, not in the rough? How good of a lie did you have in the rough? Did you bury it in the bunker? I mean, there's just some things like that you need to happen to win a golf tournament. And he did. Listen, it's the biggest win of his career. He was 117th on the FedEx Cup, so he's had a poor year, but the guy's won 5 times. So it wasn't like it's his first win or he came out of the blue. He's notoriously better in southern conditions, being both those guys being North Carolina guys, and he has a tendency to putt better on Bermuda greens. But, these things are so damn pure up there at Muirfield Village running 13, 14s. They could be sand if all you care.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter. Let's get into our grades here a little bit. Obviously, JT Poston, I don't care how you get there, you win, you get an A. I mean, that's just how it is. Even if you back into it, you still won.
Yeah.
Not that he backed into it, but he might have sidestepped into a win here, I think, a little bit. Ryan Gerard, your P2. He backtracked in the morning a little bit. He played his final 6 holes of the 3rd round in 2 over. He came in firing on Sunday, though. He made up 4 strokes to Poston across the final 18 holes. He found himself with a solo lead in the middle of the fairway on the final hole of the tournament, but a par was not enough to get it done, as Poston, as we mentioned earlier, birdied to force the playoff. I still think that he's playing with a lot of confidence, is Gerard.
Yeah.
And I think he's kind of finding his way on the greens a little bit more than we thought, at least that I've seen in the past. And I think he's going to have more and more chances to get his second tour win here. I gave him an A just because of how he finished here.
Yeah, he's been on a good run, right? I mean, this year certainly, there's a lot more eyeballs on Ryan Gerard than normally was. I remember watching him last year before he won. He won last fall, but I watched him last year at Hilton Head. I guess it'd be 14, 15 months ago, and I watched him hit the ball on the range, and I'd bet him $1,000 a hole. I watched him shank more golf balls out of the driving range, and he goes out and he shoots the first round. He shoots 67 at Hilton Head, and I'm like, how in the hell did this guy just do that? Watching him hit balls on the range, and this guy is so mentally tough. He doesn't care what his golf swing looks like. I mean, that golf swing belongs on a porch, really. I mean, if you look at it, but he owns it. He knows exactly what it does, and it's building a lot of confidence. He doesn't care what other people think of it. He knows it's a little bit unorthodox, but he knows exactly what the golf ball is going to do. And he's got a lot of confidence. And, for golfers that have a lot of confidence, that goes a long way.
T4 at 10 under, Tommy Fleetwood, for just a brief moment, he kind of fought his way into the top all by himself. He was the first guy to reach 11 under in the latter stages of the tournament with a laser approach on his fairway wood on the par 5 15th to set up eagle. He compounded mistakes, though, as he's prone to do from time to time. A couple holes later, he missed the fairway off the tee. That was followed by a layup that kept him out of position. Ended up with a bogey on his card. The result here is a second quality finish for him in his last 3 starts, and I think he's finally starting to maybe rediscover the form that he had last summer. I gave him a B-. And I just feel that's where his game is right now.
I think it's B- is about right. C+ maybe. I mean, Tommy does what Tommy does.
Yeah.
He'll disappoint you all 3 ways from Sunday. And when you first thought it was safe to go back in the water, here comes Jaws. He tears you up, and he just doesn't get it done. And that's just Tommy's MO. And he's the nicest guy he can be. Little leprechauns are supposed to be nice. And that's just. What are you gonna do? He
leprechauns.
He's a little wee guy. He's small. He's small guy.
But that's small.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Didn't we talk about this before? He's like
we talked about him
5'9"
and
or
Rory.
something.
Him and Rory.
Rory, I know, is short. How tall is
He's smaller than Rory. He's smaller than Rory.
No.
I literally watched them hit balls next to each other. Don't tell me no. I know how big he is. He's 4'7". 4'7", and he's got like 14-inch shoes. Man, he looks like Ronald McDonald or like whatever those damn.
Tommy Fleetwood is 5'11".
No, he's not. Nowhere close. No, yeah, okay, 5'11", 4'11" maybe. They got the 4 and the 5 mixed up. No chance.
He is 1.8 meters tall.
No, he's smaller than Rory. So anyway.
Rory's like 5'7", right?
Well, yeah, that means he's 5'6". He's not. So it's just
Rory's listed at 5'10".
Okay, yeah, that's no chance. Yeah, you're getting the fighters. You're getting the fighters media book there. That's what.
This is what's on their PGA Tour bio. I'm just telling you.
Of course it is. It probably yeah. Okay, just not true.
Just saying. Speaking of Rory, all 5'10" of them. T12 for Rory at 4 under. He looked like he was going to have a Sunday. He started his final round with 5 birdies in the first 6 holes. He bogeyed the par 5 7th. That sort of halted his momentum. He found some miscues in his short game. Those held him back over the course of the week. In his lone start between the PGA Championship and the U.S. Open, his iron play was pretty sharp, but his driving was completely unhinging his game. And I think that continued a little bit this week. I gave Rory a C because I always expect more for Rory, because he's Rory.
Yeah.
But he didn't look like he was having fun either this week.
It's a tough place, and it's weird because if you look at guys who play well here, they play well at Augusta. They won Augusta, and there's a lot of correlation between Augusta National and Muirfield Village. And Rory self-admitting is like, I haven't figured out this place yet. 13, 14 starts there. Yeah, I think he's had 3 or 4 top 10s, but he's self-admitting. He's like, I can't figure out this place. And, it's a golf course, especially this week where Rory tried to press, and you can't press there. You just can't. And if you drive the ball poorly there, you're going to get exposed. It's not like Augusta. If you drive it poorly where there's no rough, then you can get away with it. It's not that way at Augusta National. So he drove the ball poorly and then put himself behind the 8 ball, and then certainly on Sunday got off to a super hot start, but it continued to press and made some mistakes, and you just can't catch up. So, yeah, I think that's fine. C- average for him, just because of our expectations. I agree with you 100%.
Speaking of guys who had a absolutely rotten week, let's talk about
Scottie Scheffler
at T12 at 4 under. The week started just about as frustrating as it possibly could for him. He opened on Thursday with a 73. He battled some cut line jitters on Friday, and his entire week just ended in very unspectacular fashion for Scottie, as he's unable to win his 3rd straight Memorial. He heads into his first career attempt at the Grand Slam at the U.S. Open in 2 weeks. but he has not won since his first start, the first tournament of the season. And we caught something on camera here, Johnny, that I want to play for everybody. Now, I think we said before the show this was Friday. This was actually Thursday from what I'm seeing here. When he hit the ball in the water on number 16. Apparently misjudged the wind and had quite a lengthy conversation with his caddy, Ted Scott. So let's take a look at the video here, and then I want to discuss it a little bit afterwards.
Trackman Tracing is presented in partnership with Rolex.
Oh, he turned this over.
Yeah, gotta go. Gotta
Oh,
go.
no. Not the time to be going after a flag stick. Not that he meant to, but...
I never thought that I was one. I don't know what to do. I can't hear a word you're saying. Humble and talking. I feel like that was a good shot. It was a good shot. Now I'm in the water. Because it came in out of the right. Absolutely flushed a 7-iron, and we get the wind wrong, and I'm in the water. I don't think you understand how frustrating that is. Like, that was a good shot. It really was. Flushed it, right the line. Went hurting out of the right.
Really? See that is Scottie Scheffler. Listen, he's human too. He's allowed to have a range of emotions just like the rest of us.
Yeah, gotta let him run its course. You know,
Sure.
Teddy, that's part of Teddy's paycheck.
I don't understand what I meant to do. I don't understand. I really don't. I mean, it was 5 yards short of the green, flush 7-iron, because it's into off the right line. Like, there's no way it could curve that much if the wind is helping us. It's so frustrating. Just doing this stuff wrong. I'm hitting good shots and dropping from hazards. We cannot get the wind right.
So the key element that I'm taking from all of this is he's talking about they didn't get the wind right. The question I have for you, Johnny, as a former pro player, and you've probably been in this situation before, I'm sure, hitting it into the water.
I've hit it in the water a few times.
How much is Scottie just venting frustration here, or is he actually blaming Ted Scott for the ball being in the water?
Both. And ultimately it's the players. But, you know, he has the same gauge and the same ideas of the win also. He doesn't have to agree. Now, listen, is it 90% frustration? Yes. Is it 10% on Ted Scott and Rory or Scottie Scheffler? Yes. They both know exactly what the wind does. Scottie Scheffler, before he hit that golf shot, threw up some grass like they both did. They have both agreed on where the water, which way the wind was going. It was in agreement, and he hit the shot, and it could have switched, right?
Yeah.
It was swirling all day. I mean, I was out there all week. It was swirling all week. So basically, it's just what we call a rub of the green. He hit a golf shot that the wind switched, and it knocked it down. It knocked it in the water. Reason I say that for fact is look how short he was.
Yeah,
right?
Way short.
So if the wind's coming off to the left or to the right, that means it pushes the ball one way or the other, left or right. If he's that short, that means the wind was coming into him, right? And he hit that golf shot, right? So the wind certainly had changed in a direction that they didn't see. Now, you know, is Ted Scott gonna get the tongue lashing? Yeah, sure, that's part of his job. And they have such a great relationship that it's just, it's water off a duck's back. It's just what it is, and they'll go on. But I beg to the question: is there something in the water there in Dallas that makes these pro golfers bitch and complain all the time? Because Jordan Spieth, and now you got Scottie Scheffler, and now who's going to be next? I mean, I'm just tired of that. I'm tired of it, really. I mean, I understand the expectations are so high, but I mean, come on. I mean, that's just how I look at it.
Well, and I mean, I understand obviously frustrations on the golf course. I mean, I live that every day. I'm out there. But
no, you don't have any expectations. So how could you?
I do. I've got way higher expectations than I should for myself because I used to play well. And although that was 40 years ago, I still think in my brain that I should be able to play that well, even though I know I can't. But, think about the situation these guys are in as professionals. He's at work. He's doing his job. He screws up something in his job. Everybody's there to see it. And now he's confused as to why. So he goes to really the only guy he can talk to and vent to, who also, by the way, helped him make that decision on what shot to hit, what club to use, which direction the wind was going. But in those situations, like you said earlier, those atmospheric conditions, all the storm. By the way, a TV tower blew over. Thankfully, nobody was in it at the time.
It was nasty.
But that's just how nasty the atmospheric conditions were. And, in that situation, dude, the wind direction can change in a heartbeat. Yeah. And that's probably what happened here because Scottie's not going to misjudge a shot that bad, I don't think, like ever.
And Ted Scott's not going to either.
Right.
So, it's just one of those, for Scottie, unfortunate situations. That golf hole is hard enough as it is. And, it was pivotal. I don't know how pivotal was in his round because it was early into it, but he's been frustrated. He was frustrated the whole week. You could watch him on the driving range all week. Yeah. He was frustrated. I don't know if he just needs a little bit of break. I don't think he's playing Canada and just to get ready for the U.S. Open. So, I'm just tired of these Dallas boys. They're bitching too much. I'm just over it. And I
don't think it's just Dallas boys. They just happen to be.
It is.
They just happen to be caught more because people are watching them more because they're supposedly good at golf. I mean, I got to see it. Speaking of supposedly good at golf, Johnny, our last guy we're going to grade. By the way, I gave Scottie an F for this week. Absolute F.
I give him an F just for dog cussing Teddy Scott.
Speaking of an F, guy that missed the cut.
You can't touch this.
Yeah, he absolutely missed the cut, Johnny.
You can't touch this.
Dallas guy Jordan Spieth. He posted a round in red figures on Thursday. But Friday he comes back with a 79.
I told you how bad he was hitting it. Anybody else in the world would shoot 100. And he didn't hit it any better on Friday, and it caught up with him. I've never seen anybody in my whole professional life hit it as poorly as Jordan Spieth and shoot under par. I've never seen it. Ever.
So it has now officially been 1 year since his most recent top 10 finish.
Has it really?
Yeah. So the closer we get, or the farther away we get from his last win and his last top 10 finishes, we're now a calendar year. I think it leads a little credence to my theory that Jordan Spieth will never win another golf tournament on the PGA Tour.
No, you're wrong, but
it's not going to happen.
You can't touch this.
We're going to get this every week with him. He's going to miss every cut the rest of the year.
Well, he ain't going to miss a cut this week because he ain't playing. So,
well, then when he's playing, he's definitely going to miss the cut at the U.S. Open. There's no chance he comes in anywhere.
This golf course played more like a U.S. Open than anything else.
Yeah.
If he continues to hit it the way he did. Man, like I said, I've said this for years, and I love Cameron McCormick all day. I think he's great. He just needs a new voice, man. I think he just needs to kind of get away and kind of quit. Cameron McCormick was holding his hand all week, like literally on the driving range and in the bunkers, and like, come on, dude. I mean, I don't know. I think Jordan Spieth needs to figure out just to be with Jordan Spieth for a while, not getting all this. If one simple thing goes wrong, that you need a reason for it. And it's not working, but I have faith in Jordan Spieth.
He needs to take a sabbatical from his family is what he needs to do and refocus on what's really important, and that's golf.
Yeah, okay.
Clearly. Okay. Clearly, Scottie needs to do the same damn thing. These guys just need to go put their wives and kids in a closet somewhere, lock them in there with some Cheerios, and go focus on golf and learn how to play again. Because y'all, with these family situations and your kids and your wives, clearly you're focused on the wrong thing.
Oh, I hear you just basically said, screwed my family. I just want to go play golf. That sounds great.
Well, do you want to win? That's how you win. If you don't want to win, then go love your family.
You want to put I'm pretty sure it's not one or the other. How about that?
It is.
Yeah, all right.
Jordan's proving it, man. He's making my point. You can't have a family and be a good golfer.
All right. Well, okay.
I'm just saying that's my theory. It might be flawed, but that's my theory right now.
It's extremely flawed, but until Jordan wins, you're going to have a point.
Yeah. I mean, family's overrated anyway. Come on. Nobody cares about family. All they do is bring you down.
Yeah.
Except for Jerome and Nancy. We love Jerome and Nancy.
Yep, we do. We do.
We're going to take our first break of the show, and we will come back on the other side. Nelly Korda notches another major. 2 more for her career Grand Slam. We'll talk about that, and then, of course, Johnny will recap his picks and
do we have to?
his matchups from the weekend for the 50th Memorial. We are from the rough right here on FanStream Sports. Back
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there. Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the J.P. Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream. FanStreamSports.com.
Hey folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly. Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCar Tim. That guy over there, Pete over there, PGA of America member John Gerber. It is a recap Monday. Talked a little bit about JT Poston, his meh win at the 50th Memorial Tournament, and why it was meh, why the whole weekend was meh. I hate to say that about such a great venue and a great tournament, really.
It's a great tournament.
I'm not doubting that. I'm not bashing the tournament like I did the Byron Nelson at all. That's not where I'm going with this.
No,
I'm just saying it lacked a lot of excitement. I think,
and we talk about this, some of these places that we all should cover. Obviously, we cover Valspar with JP Peterson. This is the one next year that you need to come up for. And here's why I say this. For most people who listen, I'll start this off by saying I know I'm extremely lucky. Every day I know the things I've been able to do in golf and places I've been able to see. I'm extremely lucky. I don't take that for granted. But for someone that's a golfer like you are a golfer and you appreciate golf. You've been to golf tournaments and you go to Byron Nelson and you would walk into Muirfield Village in this place and you reference TPC Craig Grants and you would say, this doesn't even look like the same place, like a tour event. Like it is so like it doesn't even look real, the golf course. And you saw, I did some videos this weekend when I was previewing the golf course and previewing the round, and even the pictures on TV, it's a bit like Augusta National. It doesn't do it justice. It just does not, and it doesn't. And I mean, you're used to going to Byron Nelson in Colonial, and you're like, you would go to the Memorial and Muirfield Village, and you're like, these don't even look like the same PGA Tour events. They just don't.
It's going to make the Byron Nelson look like a live golf venue.
Way worse than that. It makes you look like you're going to play Lake Park or something.
Dirt.
Yeah. I mean, I'm half-ass joking, but it's actually the truth. I mean, what they do there is Jack wants it to be the best, and you know what, Jack? It is the best. It is the best tournament on the PGA Tour.
And look, they're not all going to be exciting. Like, I get it. We do one every year there. We do one every year everywhere. And every week you're not going to get an absolute dream finish made for TV, made for media, made for viewing. It's just not going to happen every week. And trust me, it wasn't as bad as watching 31 under and 30 under at freaking TPC Craig Ranch. So I have that, thank goodness for that. Over on the ladies' side, though, Johnny, we had a notable win as they were in one of their majors. And the best player in her era, maybe in a lot of eras, over on the LPGA, Nelly Korda, my future ex-wife.
Yeah, you can have her.
Yeah, and her sister. Like I've laid claim to both of them. Maybe not at the same time, but yeah, both of them for sure. Wins her first U.S. Open. And who would have thought back in 2013, I think that was her first U.S. Open attempt. Number one, who would have thought it'd take her this long? I don't know that I would have had that on my bingo card, but and especially in Los Angeles. But she almost didn't get it done. On Thursday, she went 2 over with a 73. That kind of left her hovering near the cut line. She was at T56. A 67 on Friday vaults her into a share of 9th, which is kind of a dangerous position. As for those of you that don't follow the LPGA, she's kind of the Scottie Scheffler of the LPGA. That doesn't mean anything. She could be 10 shots back going into Sunday, and you better watch out.
Yeah.
Because she has the ability to come back on just about anybody. But she shot that 67 on Friday, put her into a share of 9th. And then another 67 saw her kind of emerge from the rest of the pack in, golly, for her, just as the main character in her own movie script in this major. A lot of competition over on that LPGA. I love the competition over there. I think it's great. I don't watch enough of it, to be honest with you, because sometimes it's hard to find on TV. I will not lie. Because I usually run it opposite, obviously PGA Tour events. If they're close to each other time zone wise, they'll throw it opposite the PGA Tour event. But when they're not, man, it's hard to find sometimes. I don't like it because when I sometimes find it by accident, man, I am all in. If Nelly Korda is near the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, if you look at her, I mean, that's a great analogy. She is the Scottie Scheffler. I mean, she didn't win it all last year, which is unheard of. And, she comes out this year and she hasn't finished outside of the top 5. I think her worst finish is 9th. And that's only one time. So Yeah, she's certainly kind of hitting her stride a little bit. She got a little shaky at the end, but we had the benefit and the luxury of them playing out on the West Coast. That gave us an opportunity to watch the U.S. Open in more of a prime time for the East or Central Coast. So that was great for us. But with hour and a half left in the coverage, you didn't know who was going to win, and that was a great part. And that's what more. As much as dominant as Nelly Korda has been this year, we need a little bit more parity in ladies golf. I do. I really do think so. I think it's great for her to win, but I think some of your storylines are great with Gabby Lopez coming in there and
Charlie Hall,
your favorite girl, Charlie Hall, going there ripping heaters and
not anymore. No, not anymore.
Yeah, she is just not in public.
She quit smoking a long time ago because I told her, I said, I'm not going to put up with this. You need to stop. She's like, yes, sir.
No. But anyways. That's not true. But
that's 100% true.
She's still smoking and she's still ripping heaters. Yes, she is.
Ain't happening.
That's the only reason why you like her, because
don't burst my bubble. Well, I can't stand the heaters. Everybody knows that. That's the biggest turn off in the world for me. It's worse than cankles.
Oh, what are cankles? Ankles don't have any definition.
No, you invented the word cankles. What are you talking about? You know exactly what cankles are.
I mean, I got the nicest legs you've ever seen in your life. You better.
Well, I didn't say you had them. I said you invented the term. It refers to women, not men.
Oh, okay. All right. But if anything, the LPGA Tour needs more. They need the parity, and they need to show some of these ladies' personalities, right? I just think that will help the game. For so long that the general public said they weren't relatable just because of the outside other countries. American wasn't dominant in ladies golf, in which they're not. I mean, the Asian population, with the great structure that the Koreans and the Japanese ladies have in their foundations and federations to make them professional golfers, we do not have that in the United States. So I think it's great. We need more. We need more of these events, maybe a little bit more in prime time, to show some of these ladies' personalities and get some of more of the characters on the LPGA Tour out there. I thought it was great. I loved it. I watched, as soon as I was going back and forth from coverage from the Memorial to that, and I thought it was great.
In her very impressive 2024 season a couple of years ago, of course, she won the Chevron Championship, another one of the women's majors. She also won that again this year. She cashed in on the Women's PGA Championship in 2021. Of course, this year winning the U.S. Open in 2026. She finished T2 in 2024 at the Women's British Open. And they're a fifth major. She finished T8 at the Evian Championship in 2022. So she's come close, top 10 in the two she hasn't won yet. And you got to think, I mean, it's right on the cusp, right? I mean, she's going to get, I feel, both of those for sure. Because, I mean, she is the best player in her game in her era right now. And it's not even, to me, it's not even close.
Yeah, I think you could, for me, I'm right there with you. I don't think the rankings show that, but the players know.
Yeah.
But the players know.
Bradenton, Florida girl, too.
Yeah, Bradenton, Florida.
Her and my other future ex-wife, her sister, Jessica. So, yeah, well, there you go. Look, all credit where credit is due to all of those LPGA players over there. They had a great tournament here last year at the PGA Frisco here. And just it's a great atmosphere that they support North Texas really, really well. They played down here in the Colony there for a while. They were at the American course, I think, over there.
Yeah, American. Old
American.
Old American, yeah.
Yeah. Which I played that course. I hadn't been impressed with either one of the ones over there, to be honest with you, in the Colony.
It's a Justin Leonard golf course.
There you go. That explains a lot of things.
Everything we need to know.
Tells you everything you need to know.
You lost
anything Justin Leonard touches turns to caca, in my opinion, including golf.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I still have my win over him in high school. That's all I care about. I will take that to I need a plaque at the studio.
I don't.
Commemorating that.
I mean, you guys are what? How old were you? Like 6 years old?
No, high school. I'm not that smart. Wasn't 6 in high school. I think I was a sophomore and he was a senior. I think. I don't remember how much older he. Maybe he was just 1 year ahead of me.
No,
I don't remember.
he's my age.
Oh, so we're the same age then. Okay, yeah, I don't remember. I can't remember that far back. I've drank and done some drugs since then. So
you sure you didn't beat James Leonard instead of Justin Leonard?
I don't know who that is, but I probably beat him too. I beat a lot of people in high school, but I can't remember all their names. I'm sure they're fine players.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Congratulations to Nelly on her LPGA win. Another major for her. I'm sure there are more coming. All right, Johnny, it is time after this break for you to bite the bullet. We're going to talk about your picks, your matchups. I'll see if I can dig up my dartboard picks. I don't know if I have them with me. I think they're at the studio. But if I can find them on my phone or whatever.
They weren't good either. So
we don't know that. You don't even know who I picked.
It didn't matter. I know they're not good.
Well, I should say you picked.
Yeah.
You get all the credit and blame for my picks whenever they're good or bad. So that's what they are. We are From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports, brought to you by OrionGolf.com, the name you need to know for golf management solutions, whether you're a full-blown country club, a municipal course, a driving range. I don't know. They can help anybody with everything from staffing to food and beverage, also known as F&B, to merchandise, to events, all of it. Any kind of management over at Orion Golf. OrionGolf.com. Let them know Johnny and Tim at From the Rough sent you. Back after this.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey, folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out OrionGolf.com.
Let's go! Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports, wrapping things up on a recap Monday for you. The 51st Memorial Tournament, the 50th anniversary of the Memorial just passed us up, and could have been better. Could have been a lot worse, though. The weather did not cooperate, but as usual, Jack puts on the finest of shows anywhere on the PGA Tour calendar. Congratulations, obviously, again to Nelly Korda and her fourth major. Many more of those to come, including, I believe, the career Grand Slam. She's just 27. Lots of time left for her. If she needs my help, I will be more than happy.
She doesn't. She
might.
Nope. Stay away from her. You don't want to. Why would you want to? Like, you've ruined enough women's lives. Don't ruin hers.
You mispronounced "make better."
Huh?
I make their lives better, Johnny. I flash a little bit of joy into their lives. That's what I do, especially if their names are Joy.
Joy.
I've had worse. So, Johnny, not the best of weeks for us, and I don't have my picks there at the studio. I'm sure I won all three, though.
You lost every single one.
There's no question. I won all three of my spots, my winner, my top 10, and my top 20. I can't prove that I didn't because I don't have them in front of me. But with your help,
I got them right here.
I'm sure I nailed all three of them.
Surprise! To be honest with you. I got them right here.
You don't have any of them.
You had.
Who did I have?
Jordan Spieth.
For what spot?
Jordan Spieth and Jordan Spieth. You lost all three.
I didn't have any Jordan Spieth. I would never. If number one, I wouldn't have had him on my list for this tournament. So yeah, I didn't. I might have had Max Homa on it before I had Jordan Spieth.
You did have Max Homa because you always did. Yeah.
And he wasn't even playing.
Yep. Taylor Montgomery.
No, that's you. I might have put John Daly on it. Where did he finish?
Same as Jordan Spieth.
I don't know where he finished.
You can't touch this.
That's where Jordan Spieth finished. We know that. All right, Johnny, let's get into how your week went here before we wrap things up.
Well, the week was great. The gambling part of the week was not very good. And, I have big shoulders. I say this all the time. When we win, we're going to talk about it. When we lose, we're going to talk about it. It wasn't a great week. It just wasn't. Our matchups were trash. Our picks were looking very promising after the first couple days. But I'm not making excuses here. What we do say, we've always talked about this all the time. We talk about it. You asked me the question. It's a very difficult week. It's a handicap just because of what we saw. The conditions, the weather conditions, what it can be. Yeah. Stops and starts, how difficult the golf course can play, how much it will change. And it had a perfect example this week. This week, I thought going into it with the weather that they had the week before, I thought he was going to play soft, and they were going to make their hay the first couple days, and then it was going to get firm and it was going to weed out. It actually played the opposite of what we thought. It played extremely firm and fast the first couple days, and it was a test of patience. Then we got the AWC. Then it played soft. And then it played firm again, and then it played soft. So it was very difficult. No excuses. Listen, not a great week. Justin Thomas barely made the cut. Tried to go out there and try to do what he did. Didn't have a chance. Biggest disappointment to me was Hideki Matsuyama, to be honest with you. He was right there, and he tried to press so hard on the weekend to come back, and he had his two-way misses. He had the leg split, man, and that's the worst thing for a PGA Tour pro. I told you on early part of the week when we previewed on Wednesday, I literally watched him on Tuesday for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and he didn't hit a golf shot that moved a half a yard.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you once they on the range, they look like robots, and then when they get on a golf course, they're just like everybody else, man. They hit bad shots, and a massive disappointment. Gary Woodland, same situation. I thought he played pretty solid the first couple days. Weather got to him. He got a bad draw. It's hard to say bad draws. It balances out. But I will tell you the bright spot. Oh, no, I'll go backwards. Harris English missed out of the top 10 by a shot. Daniel Berger played really good the first day. I watched him all day, followed him on practice rounds. I thought he was playing good. He shot 79 or shot 80. Round 2 in the toughest of conditions, missed the cut. Kurt Kitayama, missed finishing the top 20 by a shot. Harris English missed finishing the top 10 by a shot. Sepp Straka, like we said before, if it played firm and fast the first couple days, saw it the first couple days if he hung in there.
Yeah.
When he played first, that's right. His name was no good this week is what it was. I thought it would work into his hands, and it did not. I'll go back to Christopher Rayton, who we had as 90-1. I told you the guy's a superstar. You saw him shooting 7 under the last round. He kind of piqued the interest a little bit. Played really well on the weekend. The guy's a star. I'm just telling you guys right now, the guy's a star. So our matchup, we didn't cash in on our tickets. Our matchups, we went 1-2, lose the first couple days, and again, first matchup that we had let's see who we had here. Anyways, we won on Saturday, and then we lost the matchup by a shot on Sunday, and then Siwoo Kim decided to shoot 7 under the last 7 holes on Sunday to beat out Harrison. So listen, I'm not making excuses, but I'm making excuses. Wasn't a great week. 1-2-1. So now we are back in the red. We are back into the negative, which is the second time this year. We're minus 275, which is not a lot. It's just a solid week. Don't everybody get all riled up. And we are, our matchup record, where are we at with our matchup record, homeboy? We are
2-1.
We're minus 275 for the year, 24, 14, and 7 in our matchups after a 1-2 losing week. Again, not a great week. This is usually it's very difficult, like we said, but I'm usually on grounds, and we usually handicap this extremely well. It was difficult. Didn't have JT Poston on the radar. Ryan Gerard was on everybody's radar a little bit just because of his hot play. Couldn't get really good odds, but I wasn't touching him at this place. I thought he could be a little bit worn out, but he wasn't. So, hey, listen, we got to have short memories when it comes to this because now we are on this week to the Canadian Open that we will preview on Wednesday. So, hey, listen, what do you say? Follow the system. The system works. There's so much golf left. There's so much. Don't get all fired up. Let's just keep moving forward and have a great week this week at the Canadian Open.
It is the Canadian Open. It is Ryan Fox defending his championship there at TPC Toronto at Osprey Valley, the North Course up in Ontario. Take you off for you, hoser.
Can you get any further north though? North Course. I mean, where's the South Course in Buffalo? I mean,
it's just south of the North Course.
Yeah, well, there you have it. That's very astute observation on your part, sir.
We do things a little different up there. That's how it is. The LPGA will be in Midland, Michigan for the Dow Championship. Yep. While the Champions Tour heads to the birthplace of the sainted Barbara Ham, my sainted mother, the Wakanda Club in Des Moines, Iowa, the Principal Charity Classic. My favorite golfer, Miguel Angel Jimenez, will be defending his title there. The Corn Ferry Tour and Amarillo at the Ocunet Classic presented by Amarillo National Bank.
New tournament.
Brand new tournament. No previous winner there quite yet. And the DP World Tour is off this week. They will resume action June 25th later this month in Torino, Italy at the Open d'Italia or the Italy Open.
I think they'll have 2 weeks off because of the U.S. Open, I think.
Yeah, June 25th is when that is. It's a couple weeks. Yep. So they're off this week, off the week after, and then they will resume June 25th. So there's what's upcoming this week and what's not upcoming this week. Lots of golf to watch. Lots of options for you, including the Canadian Open, the RBC. They sponsor way too many things, by the way, RBC. They already got a tournament down there on the East Coast. They don't need one in Canada. Okay. I think that needs to be the FanStream Sports Canadian Open is what it needs to be.
Royal Bank of Canada, I'm pretty sure they should have an event in Canada.
Well, then they don't need one here.
Well, they're trying to spread their wings. There must be a lot of Canadians that I think
South Carolina? It's Hilton Head, right? That's Hilton Head.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a lot of Yeah, there is a lot of Canadians that are in Hilton Head. That's why it's no good.
That's why it's greatness. We will be back on Wednesday with your preview for the RBC Canadian Open. Maybe we'll talk a little LPGA champions, Corn Ferry. Probably not going to talk any DP World Tour, but we'll definitely not going to talk any TGL and Live.
Well, they're off. I mean, what we talk about?
Right. I mean, we can make something up. We're probably not going to talk any TGL.
Nope.
It's probably not happening, but we will throw some Corn Ferry, some Champion, some LPGA, and some obviously PGA Tour action at you there. So that's going to wrap our show up. Appreciate everybody for being a part of this one, making us part of your Monday afternoon before you go out and get slobber knocked and hammered on a Monday night. That's what everybody does, right? On Mondays.
And that's when Mondays when grown people drink.
Mondays when grown people drink. I got to open my bottle of Tawaka that I bought over the weekend. I may go.
Oh boy.
That's right. Look out for drunk tweets from Tim tonight.
I'll give you a shot, Tawaka shot. Do a shot of Tawaka with Red Bull and orange vodka and do it as a bomb. It tastes like a Starburst. There you go.
That will never happen.
Yeah, it will.
Why would I waste good Tawaka with mixing it with and good Red Bull?
Because you don't know what you're doing. That's what you should do.
I know more than what you think I know. That makes no sense. All right, boys. Appreciate you guys. Thanks to Orion Golf. We'll be back on Wednesday. Until then, y'all keep hitting them straight.